Hello, everyone. Welcome back to meditation class. I'm excited. Today is December 12th, 12. Seems like a pretty magical day. And today is day 12 of the Activate Challenge if you're doing this in real time. Otherwise, today is day 12 of the Activate Challenge. So tonight we're going to be focusing on the heart. So the last few meditations we've been working on the the energy centers. So we've been going from the bottom to the top, and we've been focusing on both clairaudience, psychic hearing, clairvoyance, psychic sight, and clairsentience, psychic feeling through our meditation practices. So, what can we feel? How can we build up this internal landscape for us to connect in the meditations? And then next week, we're going to be starting with these more in depth journey style meditations. So tonight is going to be a little bit of a preview of that. We're going to be doing a little bit more of an in-depth visualization, but there's going to be some aspects of feeling to it. So it's going to be a little bit of both. And for tonight's practice, again, we're going to be connecting with the heart. So the heart center is, yes, the physical heart, but right below it. And the heart also pumps blood throughout the whole body. So that is kind of an indicator to us that the heart is connected, yeah, through our whole body. And the blood obviously is our life force. So the heart and love is life force. So when we connect with things like Reiki, like the energy healing practice that I do, which is just one form, as I've mentioned many times, and we've been practicing some other forms of energy healing in this meditation challenge, but it to me, it's that perception of love flowing from your hands. And your hands are an extension of your heart chakra. So your heart, and then it flows all the way out. So when we are open, our heart is flowing fluidly, liquidly, all the ways that we want it to be, moving in a fluid and active manner. Our arms are open. We're ready to give love to others, but then we're also open enough that we can receive love for ourselves. So sometimes we're like half open where we're sending so much love to other people, but we're like blocked in certain ways where we can't receive love from others. And love is so much more than romantic love, you guys. Just putting that out there. When we talk about love, it's compassion. It's so many different things. And it is how we exist, the frequency of love. Like it's all connected to our humanity. So it's more than just, yeah, dating and relationships. Like, of course, that is connected. And whether we're open to receiving romantic love or receiving friendships or opportunities in our life. But yeah, it's so much more than that. It's like, how do we feel about ourselves and so many things. So tonight we're going to be connecting into the heart and just receiving some healing tonight. So, we're going to be doing some energy healing. We're going to be starting with some breath work to just relax into the body, kind of clear our mind a little bit. And then we're going to go into the visualization where I'm going to be just describing some images to you. And if you've missed some of the other practices, basically, I say this every time, but do your best to follow along with the words that I'm describing. Everyone's going to see and feel and experience it at their own different level. You might fall asleep, you might get distracted, you might be thinking of other things, and that's totally fine. That's why this is a practice. That's my whole spiel. I say it and I'll say it again because I want to make sure people know that everyone's going to experience it differently. And even if you're not seeing it so vividly in your mind or even at all, doesn't mean you're not having this energetic experience. So when we practice Reiki, everyone experiences it at different levels. So when you have the hands on touch, you have the warmth of your hands and the physical sensation, and it's like kind of like a massage or something where you're lying on the table, and people can kind of tune into the feeling and the sensation. But when we're doing it at a distance, sometimes we're surprised. We're like, whoa, this is really, I can actually feel this. Whoa, this is crazy. So if you're having physical sensations, no, that is totally normal. Um, and as always, if you have questions, put them in the comments or send me a message or an email, and you know how to find me. And if you don't, you can look up on my page and you'll see how to email me and stuff. So we're going to get started. So everyone get cozy and comfortable. For the breath work, I want us to be seated upwards. So if you're watching this later, if you want to pause the video, get yourself acclimated. But otherwise, I'm going to give everyone about a minute and a half to get situated. So yeah, you're going to be seated upwards, either cross-legged with your back against the wall, or if you're in a chair like me, your feet can be flat on the ground. I want you to be connected to the ground in some way as we're doing the breath. And then yeah, spine up as straight as possible, shoulders back. And you know, when we're like seated straight up, like, you know, so much of our life is hunched over, and we're all on our phones, we're all on the computers, we're all clenched over. Like the work that I do with the facials too, I'm like going like this. Like I know a lot of us, it can be even just uncomfortable to stay seated upwards. So that's why I encourage you to sit against the wall if you need to. And that any point, if you need to make yourself more comfortable, please do so. Don't feel like this is a competition. I can't see you. This is a practice. Make this comfortable for you. You can do this any way you like. These are just suggestions. Um, and they're things that I would like you to, yeah, glean and take into your own personal practice as you either deepen your meditation practice or build upon it. So enough spieling. We're going to get into it. So I'm going to just explain the breath pattern. And if you'd like to also get music and have relaxing music in the background, feel free to do that. Um, and then, yes, I'll give everyone a second. And we'll get started. But yeah, I'll explain the breath pattern, what we're going to do, and then we're going to do it together. And then I'm going to leave you guys alone and you're going to do it on your own for a few minutes. And then we're going to go into the guided visualization and energy healing to connect with the heart space, which is represented by, of course, the color pink. We think of it with the heart, and that is a connection with the heart. But one of the main colors connected to the heart is green, which is interesting to me because I think green is so much of nature, so much of the earth, and the heart um, is connected to the earth, and again is connected to our humanity. Like we are humans in our bodies in this time, on this earth, on this planet. Like, you know, I do talk a lot about like cosmic stuff on my podcast and things like that. But the most important planet for us to connect with is Earth because we are humans right now. So just that reminder. But let us get started. So this is going to be the breath pattern we're going to do. Um, we're going to start with some slow breaths. We're just going to breathe for a few minutes at this slow pace, and we're going to breathing in through our nose and exhaling through our nose. So everything's going to be in and out through the nose, and it's going to be just continuous. Like you're not going to hold the breath in between. You're just going to go in and out, and it's going to be at the same count. So the breath in at 6 and the breath out at 6. So it's just going to be in and out and in and out. And we're going to do this breath together for 2 minutes. Then we'll pause, kind of rest for a moment. And then you're going to do another breath pattern on your own. So I'm going to count for us and you can just breathe. So we're going to begin. Everyone close their eyes. Again, spine up straight, as comfortable as possible. Feet flat on the ground. And just to begin, just take a deep breath and kind of just sigh it out before we start our breath pattern. So just breathing in and letting it all go. And we'll be here about 20 minutes here tonight, guys. Breathing in one more time and just let it all go. So for this breath, again, it's in through the nose, out through the nose, count of 6 and 6. And I will count for us. So breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, exhale out the nose. Settling into your body, breathing in. Exhale, moving and shifting your body, getting comfortable. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, release. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. 10 more seconds. Inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths. Breathing in, exhale. Final breath. Breathing in, exhale. Deep breath. Breathing in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Release all this energy. And have you place your hands on your heart and just tuning into the sensation of your hands against your skin or against your clothing, against your body. Just acknowledging the heart space. Maybe it's beating a little faster from the breath. Our physical heart, our emotional heart. How we feel, how we experience emotions. How we connect to others emotionally in the most clear way. And just take another deep breath, relax your hands. And now you're going to do a few minutes of breath at your own pace, and I'll let you know when we're finished. So this is going to be the pattern. You're going to do this at your own time, counting in your own head. If you want to count out loud or count in your mind, but you're going to breathe in through your nose. Same count of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you're going to hold your breath just for a moment, 1 second, 2 second, as much as comfortably possible. Don't push yourself too hard. And then you're going to release all the breath out your mouth, counting to 8. This is something you can build up to. So if you can't get all the way to 6 or all the way to 8, just working on extending your exhale out the mouth just very slightly longer than your inhale. So again, breathing in through the nose, count of 6, hold your breath, exhale out the mouth, count of 8. So I'm going to let you guys know where we are and as far as timing, but you're going to be counting, and this is going to be 3 minutes of this breath. So it's quite long. Get comfortable. We're going to begin in 5 seconds and begin. Just noticing any sensations in your body as you do so. Where is it more difficult to breathe? Is it easier to expand into your stomach or your chest? Just noticing. You don't need to change or shift this feeling, just noticing. Two more minutes, continuing your breath, feeling the sensation of your heart, noticing how your hands feel, your stomach, your feet, your spine up straight, moving your shoulders a little bit if you need to get more space into your chest. Continuing your breath, expanding, feeling the sensations throughout your body. At any point, if you feel like you need to just slow your breath back to its normal pace, just continue breathing and being mindful of your breath. There is no shame, there is no competition. It's okay if you need to alter things for yourself and your body. All right, everyone, we have 30 more seconds. 15 more seconds. 'And taking your last 3 breaths, your last 2 breaths. At your own pace, taking that final breath and release all the energy you've built up. Moving your fingers, your your feet circling your ankles, just tapping slightly the top of your legs, your calves, your forearms, all the way up to your heart. Just bringing some awareness into the body as these sensations flow through from this breath practice. And everyone just take your time moving slowly as a snail and slowly move into a lying down position back against the ground or your bed or a couch. Maybe you have a yoga mat you want to lie on. Get a blanket, get a pillow, get everything you need if you want to pause the video. I'm going to give everyone about 2 minutes to adjust their position, and then we're going to begin our visualization. We'll be here about 10 minutes. One more minute, everyone. Getting cozy, getting comfy. Just settling your body down. Brought up a lot of energy with the breath. Now it's time to tune in and relax. 30 seconds and we'll begin our practice. So wherever you are, you can close your eyes whenever you're in your relaxed position. And again, just do your best to follow along with the words I'm describing. And closing the eyes if you haven't already. If you'd like to place your hands gently on your heart, you can. But if that's not the ideal comfort position, just lay your hands wherever is most comfortable, by your side, anywhere else on your body. But just tuning your awareness, the sensation, like what am I feeling? Tuning in to the heart, right where the physical heart is and slightly below. Your arms all the way down to your fingertips. What does your physical body feel like in this moment? If you were to write that down or describe it to someone else, what adjectives, what words would you use to describe that? I'm feeling tingly. I'm feeling buzzy. What would you explain it as? I'm feeling relaxed, chill. How would you explain it? First, I'm just going to begin to have us imagine the color green, that bright, vibrant green color, like a leaf on a tree, or like a tree frog, that super vibrant color. Imagine that color just in your mind's eye, as if there was a screen, a mist, a fog just flowing right in front of your eyes, and all you could see was that color. Your vision completely filled with this green color. And tonight we asked to call in healing Reiki energy, healing cosmic energy, magnetic energy to support us tonight, the energy of unconditional love to support us in this meditation, so that you, watching this whenever you watch this back, can connect with this vibration, this healing energy, if you're open to receive it. And you don't have to do anything or be anything. Just do your best to imagine the words but don't feel like you need to be anything to receive this. It's just an acceptance, like, oh, that sounds nice. You don't even have to say that out loud. So I want us to imagine this scene in our mind. And this is going to be kind of like a preview of some of the journey meditations, where I'm going to be describing a visual scene. You're going to do your best to imagine it in your mind, like picture it. But I also want you to feel in your body what that would feel like if you were physically standing there. And saying to yourself, I imagine it would be like this. I imagine it would be like that. In your mind's eye, or I mean, in your mind, saying that out loud to yourself, that is effective. That is just as effective as if you're physically seeing it. So, again, this is a practice. You're going to build upon it. So, some of you, it might be easy, some of you, it might not be. And nothing is wrong with either experience. So, I just want people to not create expectations for themselves, because sometimes what they see or feel or experience is different than what they thought it would be like. So, we're going to imagine ourselves like we're standing in the middle of a field. And it's a traveling carnival. There's rides off in the distance, the Ferris wheel, maybe the zipper, the Pharaoh's Fury. Those are some of the ones I remember. And there's games and little stalls selling food and trinkets and all sorts of interesting things like fish that you can win in a game, giant plushies, everything you would expect. Fried dough. And just imagining yourself standing there. If you were at a carnival, what would you be wearing? Would you have a specific type of uniform on? This is the outfit I would wear when I go to the fair. What kind of bag would you be carrying? Are you holding any tickets for the rides? Just taking a look around and noticing how you perceive in your mind's eye. Are you seeing this as if you are observing yourself? Are you seeing this through the mind of this version of yourself, through their eyes, like a point of view, experience? Or are you watching yourself? And just noticing the sounds that you hear. Can you hear screams from people on the rides, shrieks and laughter of children running by, all the different noises from the games and the toys and the rides and the lights? What kind of smells would it be like? Could you smell the fried food, the cotton candy? And imagining yourself walking in that field closer and walking into the carnival. Beginning to walk around, you see something up ahead of you. It's this giant green cardboard heart. This cardboard heart cut out, bright green in the middle of the field next to the Ferris wheel. Looks like some kind of fun house thing. It just looks like a cartoon heart. It's not anatomical. It just looks like how you would imagine a sticker, a heart sticker. Giant and bright green, neon green. And there's a little doorway. And there's a man sitting next to it taking tickets. And you see in your hand that you do, in fact, have tickets. You want to experience, what is this? You want to experience it. You walk up to the man taking the tickets and you ask him, how many tickets? And you ask him, what is this? Is this a ride? Is this a fun house? What is this? And he tells you, oh, it's the heart slide. It's a giant slide. So you go through it, and there's different levels of slides. And he kind of explains the whole process to you. You sit on a potato sack and you go through these different slides. And tonight, we invite you to do just that, to experience in your mind's eye, imagining going through this giant slide shaped like a heart, and it's bright green and clear plastic, glittery, shimmering slide. And of course, because this is a healing meditation, we know this is no ordinary slide. This is a healing experience. So as we do so, we're going to be bringing some healing energy into the heart and releasing any energy that is holding you back from experiencing love from yourself and allowing others to love you the way that you authentically are. As we go down this slide, you can imagine this energy flowing out of the heart, this bright green energy, almost like you're puking it out the heart space. And as we go down this slide, this healing light is flowing into the heart, bringing in that feeling of unconditional love, magnetic healing, like drawing things towards you that allow you to be your authentic self, not feeling like you have to conform or change yourself to be the type of person that you think someone else would like. The heart is about authenticity. And if we maybe don't know who we are, and it's okay if we don't, we just ask to bring in energy to help us discover that. Who am I if I could be my truest self? Do I even know that? Do I even know what that is? And if you don't have an answer, that is the answer. that is something that you can journal about, write about, heal about, learn about. It's not going to come in one meditation. We ask the energy to flow to get the ball moving in the right direction for each of us individually for our specific intentions of how we want to feel and experience life. And all this energy we ask to continue to flow to each of us individually at our own pace and what is appropriate for each of us individually, whoever you are watching this meditation back. So imagine now stepping out onto the platform and you see below you this slide is what seems for miles. You can't see the end of it. It goes in circles and swirls, and you start to get a little nervous. The guy again explains the process to you, and you know, of course, you are divinely protected. This is healing meditation, and there is a purpose. So we want us to go through these spirals to experience the magnetic healing, the spiral we talked about before. Everything connects back to the spiral. So I'm going to leave you in this experience for the next 5 minutes. I just want you to tune into your body, see what comes into your mind, and allow the slide to guide you through your own inner experience. So imagine now beginning to depart down the slide, and I'll see you on the other side. continuing in your own inner experience as long as you feel you need. But when you're ready, you slowly begin to tune into the sensation of your body again, calling all your energy back to your body. Any energy we moved or shifted tonight, as always, we ask to be released into the light or buried deep into the earth to be recycled, renewed, to be shifted, altered, healed, and used for usable energy, however sees fit by Spirit, Source, God, Universe. Closing any portals we open today with this work. Again, calling your energy back to you, calling all my energy back to me. Again, any energy we moved or shifted cannot stay within this recording or within your space or mine. It is now released throughout time and space. Whenever you watch this back, that energy is enclosed for you to access at any point. So you can always go back and do this meditation again. So thank you. Tuning into the body, just taking a few more deep breaths. And as you guys come back into your awareness, you can slowly begin to open your eyes. And this would be a great one to journal about. What do you feel? What came up? What did you feel? What do you experience? And the most important message that comes through about this practice that we did tonight is the healing of the heart, like the healing of the love and the compassion and like all the wounds and juicy wounds that most people have centered around this shit. Because it, again, is connected to our humanity and our father and our mother and our ancestors and beyond, and the blood and the heart and the blood and the heart, if you know what I mean. The most important message that I hear about what we were doing tonight and what we can continue to do in terms of connecting with this heart space is that the healing of the heart and the healing of these wounds comes from the element of fun, joy, silliness, play. So we can heal the heart when we can connect to back with the inner child, that innocence template, the inner child, healing and joy and play and fun. The fun factor is what I'm hearing. And that's the reason they wanted us to go to the carnival, that they wanted us to think about going down a slide. And as we're healing this energy and sending this energy to you, we're in that element of play and joy and fun and innocence and just like, what is this? I'm open to it. That's the energy that we want to connect with when we want to connect with the heart and send healing to ourselves into the heart, is the fun factor. What is fun for you? What is playful for you? Like, I love to paint. I am sure if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you know I love to dance. I love to dance. I love to paint, any kind of art. I love to cook. Like, that gets me into that play, fun, creative factor. And, you know, if you have kids, I very much encourage you to play with them and have fun with them and like see what they think is fun. Like, of course, kids I know love video games and all that kind of stuff, but like like this is a message, so I'm just having to share it. But emotionally, what they think is fun. Like, are they someone that connects with like freedom and expansion? Like, they love to like run around and like escape things and like things like that. Or are they someone that loves like doing things for other people? Like, what is the emotion that they connect with that they think is like fun and exciting? Um, when I was a kid, I would always want to, yeah, play house and things like that. Like, I always wanted to be like nurturing and things like that, which is, of course, these things can be skewed into thinking, oh, these are our wounds. Like, why are we like this? Like, there's two perspectives to this. It's like, why are we like this? Like, hell yeah, like this is so interesting to me that, and then it can also be like, why are we doing this? So it really just depends on what we're talking about. But anyway, connect to the emotions, connect to play, connect to the heart space. We can do that through fun and joy and play. Like, I want you guys to explore what is fun for you. And I'm a hobby bitch. I have 1,000 million things to do, and almost to the point where it's I need to like do things that are not fun, or like have fun with other people and not just by myself. Because I could, you know, stay in my hobbit house making collages till the cows come home. So I know a lot of people that are drawn to my work are very creative and artists and things like that. So I know that this might not apply to everyone, but some people I know don't have something that they know is a hobby for them or is fun for them, or maybe that might be an exploration for you to figure out what is fun for you. Do you like to cook, or do you just cook because everyone in your family wants you to cook? And of course, we have to eat, and of course, we still have to cook, but that might not be your play. And you might be using it as your creative time, and it's really not your creative time. It's just your sustainable, like, treat your body the way it needs to be treated, and your family as well. Like, eating is important, and we have to do it. But for you, maybe the play is like, I don't know, horseback riding, and you've never done that. So maybe you need to discover that you love that. So next year is coming up pretty soon, and the meditation challenge is leading into next year. So something I encourage people to do if they're like thinking about resolutions and all that shit, and we'll talk more later in the challenge because we're gonna do a specific like manifestation practice for the new year. Um, but maybe a resolution for some people in this challenge is creating a weekly date with yourself. This is something that, like, if you've ever read Artist Way, which I highly recommend, like, it's a whole thing. It's a whole healing that might be a book for you. That might be why we're bringing it up. But um, she calls it an artist date. But creating a play date with yourself, basically, like trying new things each week for maybe this next year or the next month or the next 6 weeks, whatever parameter you want to put for yourself. But trying something fun where you can just spend 30 minutes to an hour having playtime. That's not TV time. That's not TikTok time. That's not YouTube time. That's not reading time. I want it to be play time, like creative things, going outside in nature, whatever it is for you. Explore, play, connect with the fun factor. That's what the heart wants to heal with the fun. So thank you so much for joining me. I had to give you guys that whole spiel because Spirit was like, someone needs to hear this. So if that resonated with you, please let me know. I love you guys. I have these two. Fun factor: I have these two clementines to eat, and that's reminds me of one more thing to say is food is another way where we can connect with like our chakra energy and like the color energy and the energy body. Like, of course, our food fuels our physical body and all the organs and all blah blah blah, all the things. But when we think about like the colors of the energy centers, sometimes it can be a fun way to connect through food or through drinks, So if it's that green color, like what is that vibrant green color that you can have in the next few days? A green juice, a salad, some asparagus, think about it like that. How can you fill your heart with green things and pink things? And for me, I'm always working on that sacral shit, so I've been drawn to these. Also, it's citrus season, and I'm a huge citrus head. But yeah, it's sometimes very interesting too, as well as like when we're connecting with our intuitive senses to connect with our body in that way to see like, oh, I'm really craving oranges and citruses. Like, what about that is helpful to me? And then like looking up the nutrition and being like, oh, it has these vitamins, and that's why maybe I'm obsessed with it right now. Maybe I need more of that vitamin. Like the other day, I won't go in too long of a spiel, but I'll just show you real quick. The other day, I did that exact thing because I've been obsessed with tempeh for the last like, I don't know, 6 months or something. 2 years. I don't know what time is, but for a while I've been on this tempeh kick, and I looked it up, and there's all these beautiful nutrients and things in it, and I knew it was good for you, but what was interesting to me about it is that it has fat, protein, and fiber. So it has 3 of those, which is really helpful for like sustaining your satiety. What's that word? Satiety? Like when you're full? Satiety, is that the word? I'm not a nutritionist, I'm a psychic, but I'm very interested in the body, and I would like to learn more about nutrition in a formal way so I could talk to you guys about it more, because it's a hard thing to talk about when you don't have credentials, because I don't want to lead anyone in the wrong direction. So of course, with anything with vitamins, with anything with any of that, like disclaimer, I'm not a medical provider, blah blah blah. You know the deal. Like if you're doing anything where you're going to be taking a vitamin or a tea or a tincture, that's like a serious thing. Like make sure if you're on any medications, pharmaceutical stuff, like whether that's mental, physical, etc., make sure that doesn't coincide or interact with it, especially if you're doing herbs, because there's certain herbs that you can't take in conjunction with medications. And there's also factors to that, like, oh, maybe you take your pharmaceutical medication in the morning and then you can take your herb later in the evening, but you can't have them together. There's all sorts of factors. So make sure you just like double check. I encourage you guys, if you're into herbs and really wanting to get serious about stuff like that, one, we're going to have a really good podcast episode coming out, and it's going to be coming out like today, so you can listen to it, with Mel Beam, who is a herbalist. So you can look into her services, but and you can listen to the episode and all that. So that wasn't going to be a plug, but now it is. Plug, listen to the episode. But what I was going to say is like look into an herbalist, look into an acupuncturist, functional medicine doctor. It's hard to see a good ass doctor in America because our insurance sucks. No matter what you have, like it's very difficult. So I understand. Um, and not all of those kinds of doctors do take insurance. So just keep that in mind. Like it's expensive to take care of yourself, but I think it's very important to, if you're doing this and wanting to take multiple things and you have any kind of health conditions or any concerns or anything like that, like just make sure you're doing your due diligence and not just starting to take 35 supplements because you saw an Instagram blogger talk about how she takes these herbs. Like, because just because it's like natural doesn't mean it's not fucking gonna bug you up. It's serious. Plants are strong and they work in the body so much differently than like a pill, and it's often cumulative. So there's so many factors, but yeah, you guys should listen to that episode. It's I'm supposed to be like putting it out any minute, so you can check that out at a later date. It will be on the playlist for the Angel Face Magic Hour on this page. So that's the podcast, all the video podcasts. And yeah, I said I wouldn't talk forever, but I did. I said I'd be here for 20 minutes. It's 55 minutes. If you guys know me, you know how I am. I be talking. Spirit gets me going. I'm going to eat my little citrus. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here. 1212 portal. Open the heart. Have some fun. I love you guys. Tomorrow will be day 13. So tomorrow I think I'll be doing like a morning meditation, but I'm not positive. And yeah, I'll keep updating the schedule and all that. And I'll see you later. Bye. Have a wonderful night.